Hi Cricketers! Welcome back to part 2 of my series on everything you must know before starting a Cricut business. If you haven't already watched part 1, I highly recommend you watch that video first. We discussed tons of important information like how to accept payments, return policies, legalities, and more. Make sure you watch this video all the way until the end because we are going to discuss a lot of really important information. You're going to learn about where to find product inspiration, the best fonts and graphics, marketing, and so much more. We have a lot of information to cover, so let's get started. The next thing we're going to talk about is YouTube. I'm not going to talk too much about YouTube because if you're already on my channel, you know what a great learning resource that YouTube is. There is a plethora of information and knowledge and things to be learned on YouTube. If there's something that you want to learn about, YouTube it. Catherine says, YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. And while we're on the topic of YouTube, if you enjoy this video and other content on my channel and you haven't already, please like this video, comment below, subscribe to my channel. All of that helps my business grow while being able to help you gain knowledge to help your business grow. I told Catherine that I was actually asking this question for my YouTube channel, and then she provided me with a lot more advice, but it's really good advice, so I'm going to read it. Catherine's advice is, in that case, the more research they do, the better. Order bulk, firmly have a plan in mind of what you want to make and what you will need to do it. Avoid making things you don't have the rights to, basically anything you didn't create yourself, and definitely stay away from Disney. When something doesn't come out right, checking time, temp, pressure, learning when to mirror or not, join groups online, but don't be offended by the negative people out there. In those groups, you can search for frequently asked questions, or if you have a question, you may have more luck asking on posts that are already getting a lot of attention. And I always try to be as fair with pricing as I can. I offer bulk discounts. If I make a mistake on something I can't do anything else with, I mostly include them with their order for free. Some people debate that that is not a good idea to give out bad work as it implies the quality of your work. I try to add random cheap freebies anyways because people love that. Communication that is clear is key to orders being done and appreciated. Take at least half the payment first on bigger orders to make sure they don't back out. Show them the first one too to make sure it meets their expectations. And also, some sort of business card included is nice. They will either keep it and remember to buy from you again or give it to someone else that will order from you. I've had someone from Amazon include a tiny feather pin onto their card and I adore it. I could go on, but I will admit that I have not started an official business yet. Just filled some customized orders here and there, and I'm looking to make products using my own photos and ideas. This is all amazing advice and information, and that's why, even though it's long, I decided to include it in my video because it's important to know. In addition to YouTube, another great place to find information is in Facebook groups. If you haven't already, come over and join mine. It is called Cricketer Inspiration for Beginners and Pros, and I will include a link in my description. There's tons of other amazing groups out there too. I belong to dozens of them. Just go to groups on Facebook and search Cricut and you'll see so many come up. These groups are great for asking questions, finding project ideas, connecting with other like-minded people. The next thing that you have to know about when starting your own Cricut business is where to get commercial licensed designs and fonts. I would highly recommend checking out Creative Fabrica. There is a link in my description. I love them for so many reasons. They have incredible fonts. You can buy the fonts individually or you can buy them as part of a subscription plan. I personally subscribe to their all access plan. Right here it talks about commercial use. There are two types of subscriptions, personal and commercial. If you have the commercial subscription, you are allowed to use the fonts in commercial projects. Up here you can click subscription to learn more about the options. If you only want fonts, it's $19 a month. And this comes with commercial license. I subscribe to their all access plan for $29 a month. That gets you all the crafts on the website, all their fonts, all their graphics, all their cut files, all their embroidery designs, and commercial license. You get access to all the files. It comes with a commercial use license. And this tells you all about what that license includes, what you can and cannot do. So I would definitely look through this. Creative Fabrica makes coming up with designs and ideas so easy. You can just go to their search bar and type in any kind of keyword that you're looking for. So let's say baby SVGs. And then we'll click the first one that pops up. And you can see there's a bundle right here with 20 different designs. These would be perfect to put on onesies, on bibs. It's only $5 to buy the bundle, or if you have the subscription plan, it's included. Let's look up something else for fun. Wedding SVG, because it's summer and it is wedding season. So we have all this bride and groom, mother of the bride. These would be perfect to put on shirts, wine glasses, all kinds of shirt ideas. Designs for save the dates. You can make your own cards. The wedding industry is a great niche to focus on. I love their bundles. You can make wedding signs. And if you find something that you like, just click add to favorites. You can also see they have freebies up here. You can get free fonts, free graphics. This is really cute. Another thing I love about Creative Fabrica is their mockup tools. I made a separate video about how to do this, but you can click product mockups and then you can find tons of different designs. So there's shirts, onesies, pillows, coffee mugs. This is a great tool to use in your business. The mockups are very reasonably priced individually, or if you have the subscription plan, they're included. This is why I get the subscription plan, because I use so much on their website for my business and everything comes with commercial use. So once again, there's a link for this website in my description if you want to check it out more. I highly recommend them. The next thing that I want you to do is be unique, be different, but be you. Raylan says, be unique. Everyone is starting a Cricut business, so if you aren't reasonably priced or don't have unique product, your potential customer will go to the next person doing this business. Julia says, find something unique, do research, and go for it. Test the waters before spending too much capital. Stacy says, find something unique. It's a very saturated market. And Nikki says, be original and never worry about others' opinions. I was going to say mistakes will be made, but I was beat to it. Hannah talks about an important topic, finding your niche. She says, I started out doing any and everything. Now I know I like being the cup girl, and I'm expanding with that. There's a lot of people who only focus on one thing, like glitter tumblers, for example. And that's fine. It's good to focus on one thing and get really good at it. I don't think that a lot of projects that you make with a Cricut require a ton of skill, though. So don't be afraid to branch out and try new things. And here's another longer comment, but also a very helpful comment. So let's read it. Samantha says, I say actually do research. The market is really oversaturated. If I had $1 for every time somebody told me the market is oversaturated, I would be rich. It drives me nuts because just because a lot of people are doing the same thing that you're doing doesn't mean that the market is oversaturated and that there's no room left for you. There are billions of people in this world. Just think about the population of your own town. Like the town that I live in has a population of about 45,000 people. That's a lot of people. Never mind the audience out there that you can reach through social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all these different platforms. I don't want to hear that the market is so oversaturated. You just need to be unique. Find something that everybody else isn't doing and you will do just fine. So she goes on to say, you need to find a way to stand out and then the oversaturated won't be an issue. Exactly. Stand out, be unique, be different. It takes time, energy, money, blood, sweat, and tears. Yes, everything but the blood. It's been 5 years. I've had my crafting business and I make sales, rock craft shows, but it isn't enough to pay the bills and quit my 9-to-5. Well, I don't work a 9-to-5, but still. People expect it to happen overnight and plan to sell the most generic things that everyone sells, and that just won't work. Do your research, find out what sells well in your area, what doesn't, what seems to be the thing everyone sells. Right now, my town is car decal central and price accordingly. Not too low where it looks like you're underselling yourself, but not too high where people won't give you the time of day. And always, always, always follow copyright law. It's just not worth the risk. Good luck. Samantha, that's awesome advice. I was happy to include it in this video. Thank you for sharing it. So when you're trying to figure out how you can be unique and different, you can also think about what's trending. Something may be trending right now that a lot of people don't know about. And I'm going to tell you a little secret because I think that there's a huge market out there that can be tapped into that's not being tapped into right now. And that is the AMC GameStop stock movement. Join some AMC GameStop Facebook groups or go on Reddit, Twitter. There's this huge movement going on right now. And a lot of people are finally becoming aware of it. There's this huge short squeeze that is expected to happen soon. I don't want to get way too much into it, but the people who support this cause, we refer to ourselves as apes. We think that if we buy the stock, there's going to be this huge short squeeze that plays out. The people who follow this movement are very passionate. I think that you could easily make shirts, make keychains, make car decals, anything about this GameStop AMC movement and being an ape. It's things that people are really passionate about, and I think that you could totally make money selling that. And that's just one thing that's trending right now. Think about sports seasons. Is it football season, baseball season? What politics are going on right now? Is it an election year? What season is it? Are you selling things, for winter, spring, summer, fall, different kind of holidays or special occasions? Or maybe there's some kind of movement out there that you want to be a part of. Whether it be the AMC movement or Black Lives Matter, there's lots of different things that are trending that you can focus on to make money with. The next piece of advice that I want to give you guys is to test your products before selling them. Abby says, make stuff for yourself and rest it on how well it lasts, etc. I think she means test it on how well it lasts before advertising, as you don't want to have customers complaining that it's peeling or falling off, etc. Great advice. This is true. Jerry says, make sure you have tested some products to make sure your products are good before selling them. Otherwise, you will run into problems. Test your vinyl on your shirts. Make sure it doesn't peel. Make sure your vinyl sticks. If you do anything on wood or other surfaces. Too many people get into this and start selling stuff right away and their stuff is junk. Test, test, test. This is great advice. This goes back to something that somebody said earlier in this video where they said if you're having problems, it's probably because of your temperature, the time, or your pressure. Katie M says, check the market where you plan to sell. So many areas are oversaturated. Also, make sure you perfect your craft first. I see so many people trying to sell items and the work is not perfected. Marie agrees. She says, amen. Especially grammar mistakes, like that vinyl word. Those make me cringe on a post or comment, so you can imagine how alarming it is to see errors on something permanent, but especially if they are selling it. I would be horrified and demand my money back if I received an order with a grammar mistake on it. People really don't like grammar mistakes. And I agree that if you are selling something, make sure it's spelled right. Katie goes on to say, I see so many what would you sell this for posts, and I just think to myself, in that condition, nothing. Things that are off center, grammar, or worse yet, they use those cheap $1 Walmart bottles and want to sell them for $10 to $15. I would be livid if I ended up with those. It's why I only make things for family and friends and I give them away. Marie responds, oh girl, I couldn't agree more. I applaud the entrepreneurial, I can't even say that word, entrepreneurial spirit. But if one is to be successful, they have to start with a quality product. Quality doesn't mean someone can turn a $1 item into an item worth $10 or $15, but it would take a lot more effort and creativity than just slapping some vinyl on it. So basically, test your products, make sure they aren't junk before you start selling. Great advice. The next thing you have to know is that you have to spend money to make money. This is something that's true for any business out there, but most people don't have experience running their own business. So it may come as a bit of a surprise that you have to buy your machine, the vinyl, the tools, the blanks. There is a lot of materials when you're making handcrafted crafts. Terry says you need a fat wallet. Kim says get your wallet out. Allison thinks vinyl is addicting. Be prepared to hoard. It's true, guys. Like, look at all this vinyl. I got more too. Kelsey says, have enough money to put in your business without expecting a return within a year. Definitely not true. I made my money back in the first month, but okay, maybe for you. Lots of mistakes, unhappy customers, but at the end of the day, knowing someone enjoyed something you created is awesome. You should take pride in your work and make sure that you're making a product that is good, that people are going to love, and that you're going to love and feel good giving away. Amanda D says that she should have mentioned before that you need to spend money to make money. It will potentially take years to make the money back. It will take you to get started, let alone turn any sort of profit. A lot of people think that it's going to take you years to make your money back. I really don't think that's true, and I don't understand how it could take years to make like less than $1,000 back. You think the Cricut Maker bundle is under $500, you need some vinyl. Most of my projects I use black or white vinyl, and then whatever blanks you're using. I made over $1,000 in my first 2 months in business. Definitely didn't take me years and years and years to make my money back. But it is an investment. You do have to spend money to make money. I also like to compare this to going to college. When I went to college, I spent $40,000 on a bachelor's degree in biology that I don't use. So for me to start this Cricut business that I actually do use for under $1,000, I think it's worth it. If you want to sell things that you make with your business, you need to market yourself. Don't expect to be able to make things and sell them right away without having to put in any work. Any business out there has to pay for marketing. I've mentioned this before in my videos. It's like fishing. If you want to catch a fish, you're not going to drop one line in the pond. You're going to cast a whole bunch of lines so you can catch a whole bunch of fish. Think about advertising that way too. Advertise in a whole bunch of different spots. Advertise on your Facebook page and Facebook groups, on TikTok, Instagram, Etsy, wherever. Just get your stuff out there in front of people's eyes so that they can see it, so that they'll love it, and that they'll want to buy from you. If you have to, pay for advertising. You have to spend money to make money, and that includes marketing. Nicole says to watch YouTube tutorials like this one and market yourself as much as possible. Get a Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, etc., and be patient. Sometimes you sell a ton in a week and then have a huge dry spell. This is true. During Christmas, I'll make thousands of dollars, but then the next month, my sales might tank to a few $100s. That's normal. People spend more depending on what time of year it is. That's just fact. People are going to buy more at Christmas than they're going to buy in February. The last thing that I want you guys to remember is to have fun. Julie D says, do it for fun at the beginning. Building a business takes time. Felicia says, don't set out to make money right away. Have fun learning, and if you do make money along the way, great. Carmen S says, have fun, try everything out, and see what you love more to do, either shirts or mugs or tumblers, etc., or all of it. But remember, have fun and don't suck in the negative. Keep positive. Remember, practice makes perfect. I love that comment. Janelle says, do it for fun and gifting for a while, then slowly begin to sell what you enjoy creating. Keep your expectations low and just enjoy learning. And lastly, Allison says, don't make something you don't truly love to make. If it feels like a chore, find a different craft. And then Kishla responds, like peekaboo wine glasses. Nope, not my thing, LOL. I still have glitter in my rug after a couple of weeks. This is good advice. Just because something is profitable doesn't mean that you should make it if you hate it. So I have some personal experience with this. I was making memorial lanterns. I've talked about them in some of my other videos. They are a great money maker. I bought the lanterns for like $8, and I would turn around and flip them for anywhere between $35 to $75, depending on what I put on it. Sometimes I would convert people's photos into SVGs and then put them on the lantern. But I really didn't like making these for a lot of reasons. One reason that I hated making them was because of the stories that I would hear behind the people that I was making them about. So, like, for one example, I started making a lantern for a mother who had lost her 4-year-old daughter in a super tragic accident. I cried my eyes out making this when I was converting her precious little photo into an SVG to put on that lantern. She was the same age as my daughter at the time. It broke my heart to make this project. I would make them for wives who have lost their husbands, and to just put myself in their shoes and like try to imagine losing my own husband. It just, like, it killed me. I hated making these lanterns. I also didn't like making them because weeding like super fine detailed Oracle 651 vinyl is such a pain. A lot of times I would design the SVG, and then when I would actually cut it out, I would lose so much detail because it's like such a small design. I just really didn't like making them compared to other things like the stuffed animals or the elephants. Like, I love making elephants. I love how people, when they receive them, they're like, oh my God, this is so cute. I can't wait to gift it to this person. I got compliments on my lanterns too. People love those, but it was just so heartbreaking for me to make them. You know, I put this decal on my wall. I think it's backwards right now because my thing is mirror imaged, but it says, make money doing what you love. I truly believe that in life that you can find something that you love that you can make money doing. For me, it's Cricut. I love everything Cricut. I love making stuff. I love selling stuff. I love doing YouTube. I love teaching people. I have found what I love. I found a way to make money doing it, and so can you. I would love to know what you guys think about this video. Feel free to write in the comments whether you agree or disagree with anything, or if there's anything that I have left out that you think is important, leave it in the comments below. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you found it informative. I hope that it motivated you more than it discouraged you. If you learned something today, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you also turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my new videos.